Interesting. But this is... But hi guys. As you can probably see, this is clearly not the Game Boy version. This is actually the Xbox version, which is quite significant, although you can also play on PC. But I'll get more into that while I do the run, so let's just get right into it. So, timing starts on first input, so I will say when that is. So I'm just going to start the game up, and then I'll just say when time starts, when that happens. Alright, so this is the Incredibles video game. It's of course based on the Pixar movie, which is getting a sequel next year. And I'm playing this on the Xbox because not only has fast loads, but also you can do all the skips with not too much trouble. And yeah, in fact, the first skip I'm going to do does not work in the GameCube version or Japanese versions, and you'll see that skip in like 15 seconds. Okay, time is coming up right now. Time started. Okay, so this is the first level, Bank Heist. What we do is that we run around and we roll around. The reason why we roll and then jump is because that's the fastest form of movement without charging, which we normally cannot do. And charging can be awkward in some places. So that was the first skip. I jumped over a cutscene trigger to skip a cutscene. Pretty simple. Saves like 10 or so seconds. Maybe a bit more. And like I said, that does not work in some of the versions. There are 2 skips which don't work in the Japanese version, 1 skip doesn't work in the PS2 version, and a whole bunch of skips that don't work in the GameCube version. Not only that, but the main exploit is also harder on the other consoles. PC's pretty much the same as Xbox, so that's all good. So, up next is another pretty big skip. Although this skip is much bigger than the last one. And anyone can do it with enough practice. So normally you have to go through this bank, and that takes a while, but we can just jump on top of it. Okay, first try! And I didn't fall back down unlike I did in my ESA run. Epic! And then you can just jump up. That skips a decent chunk of the level. It's a pretty significant time save, most definitely. So here's the end level. It's not quite as exciting. We just roll around, hit some enemies, and not as much happens in the late game. Or in the late part of the level, not the late game. Stuff happens in the late game. But yeah, hopefully you guys know what I mean. That was kind of slow, unfortunately. But yeah, in this section you just gotta kill all the enemies. And I killed them all pretty much just fine, so that's all good. And then we just go on this one pole vault, and that's the end of the level. And for some reason, these pole vaults are actually slower than GameCube version. Like, Mr. Incredible takes longer to run up to the pole vault. He just walks back for a lot longer. I don't know why, but that's just the case. So next up is our first Mrs. Incredible level, or Elastigirl for this one level. And this level doesn't have any major skips, but there's a ton of smaller skips. Some of these smaller skips are somewhat hard, and some of them are almost impossible. And I'm going to do the ones which are somewhat hard. Or, at worst, pretty hard. So I did jump around a little text box at the very beginning, which would normally waste time if you hit it. It's probably the easiest thing to avoid in this game. And I'm going to do a little cutscene skip here. We're doing a little exploit. Miss Incredible has a rolling attack, and as her Incredible move, and if you use it off ledges, you can actually float in the air for a bit. And then if you continue the roll, you'll lose height, but you'll have a ton of speed, and you can take advantage of that in a few areas. And we can do that to skip a cutscene. And then we can do another cutscene skip, which would normally be a lot harder if we didn't do the first cutscene skip. So that's also pretty neat. Oh, this guy didn't want to die. I doubt that, Spidey. I practiced this game for like 1 hour before this marathon, if I'm going to be completely honest. And I haven't played it since CSA before then. A PB is super unlikely because this game's tough, but we'll see what happens. My PB is beatable, but this game's pretty difficult. So it's not going to be easy. So here I'm going to do some skips. Normally we'd have to throw these enemies at, you know, those little boxes, but we don't need to. We can just kick on them and do that. It's kind of hard and very finicky because the enemies can kill you, but it's not too bad. There are no enemies to worry about for these two, so these two are a lot easier. You just kick on the red thing and yeah. Except on GameCube. On GameCube, you cannot kick on the red thing, so those jumps are a bit more difficult. I'm going to do a little skip here. With something that we call spam grabbing. We have these surfaces we can grab on, and if we constantly grab on them, we can gain a lot of height. And if we do it just right, I can get up here, but, you know, I'm messing it up quite a bit. So I'm just not going to do it. But if you spam grab enough, you can get up here early, and you won't have to use that helicopter. So I wasted quite a bit of time there, but not too bad, not too bad.
Oh, I need to see that movie. Are you bad guys hiding from the old man? That should do the trick.
So that's Skyline Stretch done. It's a pretty neat level. And coming up next is a level which is not so neat. And that level being none other than Buddy Pine and Bon Voyage. Which starts off with an auto-scroller. An auto-scroller that one of our runners, Megaspeed, has spent way too much time trying to find, quote-unquote, a skip for. I mean, all you can really do is move left and right. Like, you can't be doing much other than that. And then there's a pretty long boss, which you can't really do much about to make any faster. Now, Dwayne B is our Tazza. It's pretty much going to make a low optimized Taz for this game. Or maybe medium optimized. And he's a pretty sort of sick dude. He was one of the first people I watched for this game. Probably the first guy I watched, you know, which got me kind of into this game. Spidey and Dwayne are like my main inspirations to this game. They are definitely the people who have got me here today, running this game. So a huge shout outs to them. So this is the boss. We can do one little thing which saves a few seconds at the very beginning of the fight. Yeah, that saves some time, but you can't really do many other things that fast in this boss. And where he moves, as far as I can tell, is RNG. Oh man, there's not enough. There's not a lot of time for that. But if that does happen to be the case, that would be hype. But this boss is pretty simple. You can't really do much about it. You just move around and wait for your chance to hit the boss. Whoa! And what is this RNG, dude? This guy's moving in really good spots. Dying in this boss is not gonna be fun, because you have to fight the whole boss again. And that's not fun, considering how long this boss is. These phases just keep getting longer and longer. I think it was mainly Spidey, but you definitely have to win him. Most definitely. But yeah, this is basically a nighttime version of bank cards. Like, you can see the bank cards there, just over there. Ooh, I was too close to him. Where he throws the bombs depends on where you're standing. Like, if you're standing close to him, he won't throw the bombs as far. For example. Unfortunately, that's the thing about this boss. As much as we want to skip, it's not likely. But who knows? Maybe one day it will happen. Yes, this is the new Dark Souls. Most definitely. This game is hard. Much like Dark Souls. Even casually, this game is really hard. We skipped some of the hard casual moments, but at the same time, we have to do a bunch of hard skips, so it's just odd. Either way, it's still hard. Yeah, this game's basically a Dark Souls mod. But at least this level is pretty much the easiest level in the entire run. That's the one thing this level's got going for it. It's the easiest level in the run. Like, it's no different from no matter what version you're playing, it's no different, and yeah. Thanks, Dark Souls. And the fun thing about this stuff is that when you finish it, you gotta watch an unskippable cutscene. Makes me, no one knows what you're talking about. Well, I kinda do, but a lot of people don't. Like, people are not interested in, like, the in-game models. They're interested in the speedrun and the skips, man. Ooh, I was trying to stretch to split, but no reason to. So next up is Apartment Inferno, and this level is a lot more interesting than the last level, because we can skip the whole level. I still gotta watch unskippable cutscenes, but they're not too long. So this first section is pretty simple, but here we have the second section. There's a skip in the section, which basically skips the whole level. So what we're going to do is that we're going to run around. But what we're going to do is we're going to jump on this thing, and then we're going to jump up here. And that brings us to the very end of the level. Pretty significant time save, and it's not too hard either. Except on the GameCube version. It's still possible, but extremely hard, so what you have to do is an alternate method, which is still pretty hard. And a little bit slower. So next up we have 100 Mile Dash. Now shout out to my boy Cube Master, because he's really good at these levels. It's the one thing in this game he is really good at, and I'm not so good at. And he always whines at me about how bad I am. He's like, oh, you suck so much at these levels, and I'm like, get world record, then I'll get good at them. So yeah, that's like a little meme we have between us. But these levels are fairly straightforward. Going fast in them isn't, but they are straightforward. So what you do is you run around and you just gotta dodge these vehicles. There's nothing super interesting in these levels. These levels are just basically a better version of Sonic 06. So you just gotta run around and just make sure you don't crash into anything. And this is where the game truly becomes Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. Because if you crash, you will die. But yeah. This level's fairly straightforward. You just gotta make sure that you don't crash. Insane Trilogy. That joke was so bad. Yeah, I barely skimmed on that car, so luckily I didn't die. Yeah, this is the new Sonic game. This is leaked footage of Sonic Forces. And man, it looks pretty good, I must say. Man, I'm just memeing way too much. But there's not much to explain these levels. Like, you can boost by holding the Y button, you can jump, and you can just dodge cars. That's all, really. But yeah, you gotta go fast, because you can't be late for school. The neat thing about this game is that the game has Toy Story references in this level. I mean, you not only got the Pizza Planet truck, you know, the thing that was in every Pixar movie except The Incredibles, but you've also got the Toy Story Eggman moving vans. That's pretty neat. You can definitely tell they put at least some effort into this game. But while opinions on this game are very mixed, I will not lie, they definitely put effort into this game. I do applaud them for that. So that's this level done. And that's Pepsi Man done. Right, now we're going to Beach Landing. Now Beach Landing is an interesting level. It's got quite a few neat skips. There's like one major skip, which is surprisingly easy, and it saves a lot of time. And then there's another little skip, which has, where there are multiple ways to do it, but yeah. Yeah, we need the video game to confirm that. The movie couldn't even confirm that. Wow. Also, the movie is apparently taking place right after the original, which is funny, because the developers of this game, Heavy Iron Studios, made a sequel to this game called Rise of the Underminer, which took place right after the game, which ended at the same time as the movie. So that is quite an interesting coincidence. So we've already had The Incredibles 2 for 13 years in video game form. But luckily, I think Pixar are smart enough to not recreate Rise of the Underminer. So here's the skip. I made it look a little bit harder than it is, but it's really easy. Anyone can do it. And it saves a lot of time. It's much easier than doing the level casually, that's all I'm saying. This part's pretty simple, you just go around here. Upcoming next is the second checkpoint. Now normally you have to do this super annoying turret section, but where you have to do the super annoying section where you have to destroy some turrets, and it is annoying. But we can skip it. There is a much faster way to skip it by jumping over there and jumping on top of some stuff, but, you know, that's extremely hard, so I don't do it. But what I do is a bit slower, but it's still the fastest method I'm aware of. So what we do is that we do this little glitch where if you crouch and punch and do crouch punches, you can actually traverse in the water for some reason. Then you can high jump out of it. This was a very recent discovery. This exploit was found like 2 weeks ago. Oh, and I missed it again. It's okay though. Without doing the hard skip, there are at least 2 other ways you can do this without doing this exploit right here. Okay, got it 3rd try. Okay. Kinda sloppy, but I'll take it. So you can jump over there and... yeah. Don't even get me started on glitchless. It doesn't matter doing him, because there's faster strats you can do. Like, it wouldn't be useful at all. Like, the only 2 levels you can really do it in... well, okay, the only 3 levels you can do it in are No Manison, Beach Landing, and Robot, and Great Falls. Great Falls, it's useless, because you're fighting a boss. And it's useless in No Manison, because there's faster things you can do, and it's useless in Beach Landing, again, because you can do faster things. But I do think it would be possible. Well, then again, I don't think I've tested it, but I do feel like it's possible. No, I don't want world record. I want someone else to get world record. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. So I'm just going to stick with going fast. So, I've never actually explained this. So this is an exploit called slope climbing. Basically, you have these slopes in the game, and you can do Mr. Incredible's karate chop in the air by pushing the X button, or B, or square, depending on your controller. And then you can land on slopes. And then, like, when you've reached, like, halfway falling down, and I'm struggling to speak right now, but once you've fallen halfway down, you can actually do a high jump again, and do another karate chop, and that will allow you to gain a lot of height, and that allows us to do some neat little skips. So we can do it there, just go out of bounds here. Oh, and I missed that. It's okay though, let's back up. We just use a bunch of slope climbs to get up. We used to call them double jumps, but we don't anymore. So what I've got to do now is I've got to run along here, and then I've got to jump over here. And I did it. Sweet. I failed that a lot, you see, mainly because I kind of forgot how to do it, and I never actually checked my PB. But the good thing was that I could show off the easiest strat right there. Unfortunately, that doesn't appear in the game, but we can never forget. Where's my super suit? Where is my super suit? Unfortunately, that's not in the game. 0 out of 10, worst game ever. Oh, I nearly skipped the cycle, but I didn't. But basically, you can keep high jumping into his eye to kill him quickly. Anyone who plays this game casually will know that this boss was the bane of their existence as a kid. But this makes the boss really easy. Like, really, really easy. And if you do it just right, you can literally do this until the very end of the fight, and this is all you have to do. But it is kind of hard to do without messing up. Alright, I skipped the second cycle, that's good. this, and then it'll be done. And that's that done. I mean, that emote probably already exists, I'm gonna guess, but that was a really good boss fight. Well, it wasn't perfect, but it was really good. Nah, the game and the movie don't suck. You suck. So, yeah. I mean, you can have your own opinions, but we don't appreciate haters of The Incredibles. Of course, everyone has their own opinions. And most people are haters anyway, so we just have to deal with it, unfortunately. So in this fight, you just keep shooting, and it's just a turret section. You just have to shoot these bases. Nothing super exciting. But the reason why I did those weird tree climbs is so that I can do a pretty major skip, which you're going to see in just a minute. If I don't mess it up. Because if I mess it up, you won't be able to see it. I just forget these things sometimes. I'm just dumb. Oh no! No! It's not letting me up! This is the same problem I had when I was practicing for ESA. Okay, I did it. Okay, I did it. So, what I did was I climbed up those trees, and that allowed me to skip a loading zone for the next area, so I could do that little skip and get up here. It saves over a minute, but if you mess it up, it loses even more time, so it's pretty risky. And it's the one thing that doesn't work in the PS2 version, as well as slow climbs being more difficult. Megaspeed found it. Megaspeed found it, most definitely. But sometimes I just forget that I have to explain things, and it's just really terrible. So I do apologise for not explaining things. But I'm going to try my best to explain everything. So this is a tank boss. There are a lot of these in the game. I'm not telling you how many, because honestly, I don't remember, and it doesn't matter anyway. But we only have to fight 3 of them, so you can see a bunch of them. No, it doesn't, Spidey. I mean, I tried it myself, but the thing is that the trees aren't solid in that version, so you can't actually do it. Yeah, that's our problem, Spidey. But this boss, there's nothing advanced about it. You just do the same thing against it every time. And since there's like 6 of them, yes, I did say an exact amount, but I can't remember if that's the precise amount. You know, whatever. We only fight 3 of them. So here's Great Falls. This is the second Omnidroid. Now this Omnidroid is even more annoying than the first one. Why? Because it's bigger, it's better, and all that sort of stuff. Please tell me I can still do this. Oh, yes! I clutched that. Ow! Not screw it. I'm not doing the strat anymore. But you can climb on top of his eye and just hit him the same way as the other guy, although it's way harder. So, you can just do this as the easy way. It's slower, but it works. First, you just gotta slow climb up him, and then you gotta just hit him a bunch of times. That's my problem. Like, that's what happens when I try and hit him at times like this. He just jumps away like that. Oh no! This is just a boss that's really annoying. Yeah, he can predict your every move, just like in the movie. But this boss is like the main thing that kills good runs. This boss is the main reason why good runs cannot happen. Because if you don't, you know, do the fast strats, you lose at least 2 minutes. And depending on RNG, you can easily lose a lot more. Oh yeah, one thing I never mentioned my USA run is that this game does have a Discord. So if you guys are interested, you can go on speedrun.com and feel free to join. What? I threw that. Okay. So I've probably lost like 3 minutes in this fight. When the thing rolls around, it's quite annoying because you can't do much about it. With the legs, yes. Because you have to punch him multiple times if you just use your fists, your normal fists. But much like the other boss, if you know, climb on top of his eye, you can just kill him like that. You can just stay on his eye and kill him like that. No, don't destroy the rock. I am so bad at destroying these claws. And somehow that didn't hit him. Alright, he's done now. Phew. Yeah, I lost 3 minutes in that fight. That's fun.
Hey, Snog.
But yeah, here's the next boss. We have to fight this tank again. And how is he different to the last time we fought him? He's not different at all. He's exactly the same as when we last fought him. So that's fun. Wait, I have a feeling that I now have desktop audio for some reason. What? Why do you do this to me, Twitch? Okay. There's not much to say about this boss. You just fight him and it's not fun. Yeah, Mega Speed skip theories intensify indeed. Skipping this boss is pretty sought after, most definitely. Like, we've tried a lot of stuff and nothing has succeeded so far. It's just an annoying little boss. I failed to jump, but it doesn't matter. Mega Speed's theories are the best theories, most definitely. So up next is another major skip where I'm going to use slope climbs to skip the whole level. So first we got to hit this little, cutscene. And normally you'd have to go through a whole bunch of rooms and it takes a really long time and it's, long. But we can do the skip to skip all of that and save a million years. So what we do is that we slope climb up to here. Mr. Incredible doesn't always want to land, so that's quite annoying. And even when he does land, sometimes he prematurely lands, so you lose way too much height. I don't know why it's not working right now. It should be working, but it's just not. That part of the music right there really reminds me of Peppa Pig. Don't ask me why, it just does. Oh yeah, and this game came out in 2004, the same year that Peppa Pig started airing, so what a coincidence. Wait, coincidence? I think not! Okay, that was more appropriate. But anyway, right there I just skipped the whole level. Saves like 5 minutes compared to doing the level somewhat casually. So it is a pretty major skip. Come on! And these enemies sometimes bombard you, and it's annoying. The violet level, there's like 4 levels after that. Yeah, there's 4 levels after that. So that's actually pretty decent, because most people, they get to one of the droids and quit. This game was pretty hard back in the day, most definitely. Alright, and I've not actually mentioned this, but this game works fine on Xbox 360. So if you have a 360, you are still viable to running this game, most definitely. And PC is potentially the fastest, but not fully. Especially since a downloaded version has, no movie cutscenes, which a disc would take forever to load on PC. And oh yeah, here's finding Mrs. Incredible. Here's a little glitch you can do in the Xbox and PC versions. Thick. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, don't you worry, because there is another dash level in this game. Well, he's not going to school this time, but that's the level after this one. Now, this level is one of the hardest levels in the run. Why? Because there's this one skip where if you fail the final part, you have to reset the whole level, and it loses a lot of time. You have to do this out of bounds clip where if you know how to do it, it should be fine. But if you don't know how to do it, then you'll have to constantly reset the level again and again to properly learn it. And if you mess it up either way, you'll most likely have to reset the level. But that's not coming up just yet. But I just did a little skip there where I took advantage of my credit rolling power to go past that gate that was opening. The PC just struggles to load the cutscenes. Although that would definitely depend on your PC. Like, a good PC probably won't take as long. And you'd probably be playing the download version anyway rather than the real physical version. There's no music. What the heck? There's another little skip here. We can kill these enemies, and then they won't activate a switch. And normally they'd activate a switch, a ton of enemies will come out, and you'll have to hit some more switches, and it takes a really long time. I've never seen this music glitch happen. What? I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. I did not need to do that. I'm gonna have to die now. The music might come back as well, so that's good. But I'm not supposed to activate that switch. Thanks, good luck, Spidey. This is still faster than resetting the levels, so it's like whatever. That was just silly. Alright, so we don't hit the switch. And what we can do is we can get up here by, you know, just grabbing onto this thing at a certain point. Then we can jump on the crane. This does not work in the GameCube or Japanese versions because the crane is not a solid object. You can still do this out of bounds, but you have to do it in a much slower and different way. But now what you got to do is you got to jump up here. And this is the part where if I fail it, I have to reset the whole level. No! Oh, that was annoying. Okay, got it. Nice. Because you can get stuck in those things, and if you get stuck in those things, you have to reset the whole level. Because there is no way out, pretty much. And then there's another skip here. Now, normally, there'd be a whole bunch of lasers and trams that will come out when you go to this section. But because of the out of bounds, they don't appear. And that allows me to do this next skip a lot more easily. Like, you can just get on here. And then you can just jump up. This skip is hard. It's a lot easier if you do the out of bounds. But the out of bounds itself is hard and risky anyway, so... Yeah, and if you die, you have to do it the normal way anyway, where you have to use... Well, you have to wait for cycles and kill enemies and... yeah. So that level did not go as I was expecting, but... whatever, really. So we just roll around and hit the switches. The last part of the level is not very interesting, you just hit switches. Gang violence in the hood. Gone wrong. That sounds like a pretty good YouTube video. Definitely not clickbait. But yeah, that's that level done. Pretty difficult. But it wasn't too awful. I did make some mistakes, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, the casual way is hard as well. Wait, in fact, the casual way is much longer and just stupid. Like doing the laser room, as we call it, the path second checkpoint. Casually, it's just infuriating. You have to kill so many enemies and they can just kill you so easily, and then you have to do the whole thing again. And it just takes forever. Doing the skip that I did, well, the out of bounds compared to the casual route, it probably says something like a minute and a half, a minute, I don't know. And I did not do this part ultimately. I'm sorry to shame you, Cube Master. Even I could have done something better than that. But I'm sorry, Q. Sorry that I had to mess this up so hard. Sorry I can't be good at these levels unlike you. But yeah, there's actually a skip in this section. So first what you gotta do is you gotta run around and just not die. And then we can do a little skip which skips exactly 10% of the level. So what we do is we get on here. Oh, I messed it up. That was odd. But yeah, this skip's pretty hard. you're not careful, you can easily mess it up. I messed it up again. "100 mine songs." This mailbox is not mine. There are better Lazy Town memes than blooming the mine song. And I don't mean we are number one. I definitely don't mean we are number one. This level's going terribly, but you know, stuff happens. For that skip, you just boost off those things to get to the other side. And it skips having to do some running around. It's pretty tough. Especially since I messed up twice. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Yeah, I'm not even trying to sing right now. Pepsi Man! Yeah, there are just too many games this relates to. Pepsi Man, Sonic 06, you name it. The thing was that I never wanted to do that because it always seems so risky, but the thing is it's actually not risky at all. And boosting on there just works so smoothly and easily, it's just crazy. And that's the end of the level. The level ends at 95%, and I don't know why. Now, I know there's a bonus area, but even if you go to the bonus area, you still finish the level at 95%, so it's pretty weird. But we're no longer playing Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic 06. We're now playing Metal Gear Solid. This level, you play as Violet, and you just got to run around and not get hit. This level does have a definitive route, because the enemies are all on a cycle. The cycle chain resets every time you die, so you do have to do something different if you die, which is quite annoying. This part especially is quite scary. So I have to be very careful with these enemies. Like, I have to gain the attention of these two guys. Like, that is required. But yeah, this stuff's pretty simple. You can't hit the bushes because then the enemies will hear you and you'll die. You can't get in front of them properly because they can shoot you and hit you and it's annoying. And the enemies actually have infinite health in this level, which is interesting. Wow, PogChan was a bit weird in that image. Interesting. But next up is incredible. There are 2 skips in this level, which skip the whole level. The first skip we're going to do saves like 40 seconds compared to like getting a god cycle, I believe. Maybe a bit more. It doesn't really matter if you get it first or second try. Although anything later is bad. I've been messing up a lot recently. For some reason. It's pretty tough. Like, for some reason, when I started playing this game today, the ball just felt different to what it normally does. It's just weird. Like, I should be getting loads of momentum off there and jumping up, but I'm not, for some reason. And now I've already started attempting this, I can't do it casually either. But this skip isn't too big. And this is what happens when the skip goes wrong. Come on. Please. Yeah, this game is a lot of games. That's what makes it so good. It's not just The Incredibles. It's not just SpongeBob SquarePants the movie. And this game is very similar to that game because they were both made by the same dev team and released pretty much at the exact same time. Oh, nearly made it that time. Oh. I'm gonna do it eventually. I don't know why this is going so horribly, but it just is. Come on. Just let me up there. Oh my goodness, that was so close. I missed it again. This is bad. The strat. Yeah, I think I'm the only one who goes for this. It's a bit silly. And I'm just proving to you guys why it's so silly. Did I save any time doing this? No. I don't usually mess this up this bad. Just... Oh! I am genuinely gonna rage in a bit. It seems. I practiced this as well. I'm sorry that the run's no longer interesting. I'm sorry. You know what? Screw it. I'm resetting the level. I'll go for it like twice, and if I don't get it twice, I will do the legit route. But you know, things happen. Right, one. Yeah, I'm doing the legit route. Screw this. I've never messed that strat up that hard in a run. Ever. That is just really annoying. I apologise that you guys had to watch that for like, I don't know, 3 minutes? I haven't done this in so long. But yeah, I'm gonna get to show you guys the Skippy Skip now. The second Skippy Skip. And this Skippy Skip isn't as annoying, and it saves a lot more time. This skips most level, and it saves over 2 minutes. Come on! I want the tram to appear! Where is it? Okay, there it is. And I'm up. Okay. So that was completely awful, but, you know, it's a marathon run, and often in marathon runs, the silliest things go wrong. How do I feel? That's a very unusual occurrence for me, so that's pretty epic. Right, next up is Secret Lava Labs, and this level has a really stupid strat as well. It saves a lot of time, but it also loses a decent amount of time. Yeah, this game is a lot of fun as a speed game. It's really, really hard, but it's definitely fun. Is this even going to be a sub 110? So this is Secret Lava Labs, the final Mrs. Incredible level, and being a Mrs. Incredible level, it's really hard. The funny thing with the Mr. Incredible levels is that once they only had one skip. Like, every Mr. Incredible level only had one skip. Just one. No more than one. But now they have a lot of skips. And the skips are hard. So right there, you normally use an elevator, but you can skip it by doing that. Saves a decent amount of time, and it's pretty easy. Now this room casually is a nightmare. And it has a really annoying skip, which is again just really stupid. But I'm going to try and get it. If I get it first try, it's going to be hype, but no promises. Yeah, I failed it. But that's okay though, because that skip is just really hard. My world record slash PB is 102.18, I think. Not fully sure about the amount of seconds. I think I just got it there, and it. Lol. That was just dumb. Hi there, no voice changer. I just know. Was that enough for me to notice you? Yeah, if I get the skip first try, I get hyped, to say the least. Because this skip is bloomin' hard. Really hard. No, this is not world record pace. Definitely not. And I got the infinite credit power glitch, nice. If you hit the guy in a certain place, he'll just infinitely keep getting hit and you'll just gain credit power infinitely. It's a really interesting little glitch. I'm gonna miss this like 100 times, aren't I? Like, this run had to just fall apart at the very end, didn't it? Although, messing up this skip is a bit more normal for me. You know, I don't even think it's second place pace anymore. I missed it again! Why? This is... Oh. This skip is just really awkward. Like, you gotta roll around that thing to hit the checkpoint trigger, but it's just so weird. Like, it's quite precise, and if you mess up, you lose so much time. Okay, there we go. What was that? Like, 4th try? With a silly death in between? Okay. That was just dumb as heck. There's a pretty risky strat I can do here, but I'm not going to do it. So instead, I'm going to do the 100% strat. And the slow 100% strat at that. Because, you know... So with the easiest possible strat you can do, you can go here, grab onto this thing, and get this. And then you can use spam grabs to get up there. Pretty easy. There are other strats you can do, which I would normally do, but that's why I do in marathons, because it's safe. Yeah, it's so low budget that I didn't even have to pay to do this. Dwayne and B, do not get me in trouble, alright? There is no FPS hack. That is a genuine thing that happens in the Xbox version. Sometimes the game speeds up when there's a lot of stuff on screen. Why? I don't know, it just does. Alright? I'm not hacking. I need to make that clear. It is the game. I have not hacked anything. Like Dwayne and B, don't get me in trouble. I mean, it only happens in the Xbox version, which is even weirder. So right there I just did another skip. I did 2 skips there by jumping on certain things to get to certain places, and yeah. Now I'm using a pretty bad component capture card. I'm not using Elgato. I think this is on pace to be underestimate. So at least that's something. So no, this Xbox is not modded. It's not modded. This is a legit Xbox, alright? There are no mods or anything, I promise. Yeah, this is online. That is why you cannot, you know, see me. Or anyone in the background. Yes, Spidey, you're right. Now this skip is pretty easy, but for some reason, Spidey thinks it's the hardest skip ever, and it's just a meme that he calls it the hardest skip ever in the entire game. It's not hard, but he thinks it's hard. So we just meme about it, calling it the hardest skip in the entire run. Even though there are much harder skips that we don't even do. So that level went pretty awful. I lost like 3 minutes. Maybe only 2. Point is, I lost a lot of time. Did you never notice that they said that before? Because I certainly did. So this is Rocket Silo. The first part of this level is really interesting because there's a whole bunch of neat little skips. That skip some really stupid sections, including 3 tanks. Well, at least I'm pretty sure that you skip 3 tanks. Maybe only 2, but I think you skip 3. I don't remember. So I'm going to do a little skip here. So first I'm going to climb up there like that. Normally you need to push some switches and go up these little swivelly things. But you don't always have to do that. But, you know, you don't have to do that at all, because there's a little skip you can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on here. Well, okay, I'm not going to jump on here. I'm just going to jump down and go back up. That sounds about right. So what I'm going to get up here, and I'm going to make this jump. And then I'm going to start climb up here. This is a little death abuse we can do. For our next skip. Now this next room has a tank and a really annoying swingy section where you go on those little things that I was on earlier. You can climb up here, then you can hit this checkpoint, and then you can die. And that skips a lot of stuff. It's a really neat skip. Pretty easy. Probably a lot more convenient than the casual route, that's for sure. And yeah. So in this next section, we just got to kill more of these things. It's not the most exhilarating thing in the world. But there's another skip here. Normally we have to push a bunch of switches and then go in a room, but we can skip all that by jumping on here, then jumping up here. Normally you'd go in that room and you have to fight like 2 tanks, I think. But, you know, this is a speedrun, we can skip that, easy peasy. And, you know, you can just do simple little skips to skip a whole bunch of annoying things. And there are no checkpoints either in the casual route, so if you die while trying to fight the tanks, you will have to go back to the very beginning. And it ain't convenient at all. So this is a room which we really want to skip. Like, Mega Speed has tried to find a way to skip this room, and while he has found a way, it is by far the most difficult thing you will ever see in this game. And he only uploaded like half the strat as well. So that's fun. But all I can say is, from what we know, it is an absolute nightmare, and it is pretty much 100% Taz only. Like, you couldn't even try and do it in RCA. Like, it's just impossible. I mean, we abuse checkpoints in these last few levels. But I don't know of any checkpoint glitches, and you can skip checkpoints. But right here you can just shoot the enemies, boom, boom, boom. They can't do much about you. The flying dudes are not the main guys you gotta kill are the grounded guys. Like, the flying guys are just annoying. And yeah, I've done that. And now we have to fight one of these tanks. We skipped most of them in this level, but there's still one more to go. And guess what? He is exactly the same as the tanks we fought earlier on in the run. Well, I didn't even know if I was ducking or not. Trust me, I know the FPS thing is an Xbox thing, which happens in the game. Like, I have 2 versions of the game, happens in both of them. I have 3 Xboxes, occurs on all 3 of them. 2 of them unmodded. The frame rate is just a thing that happens in the Xbox version. It is not hacks or anything. It is something that just happens. Yeah, watching speedruns, like, after midnight was really cool. It was really fun and chill. Although I only really do it when I can't sleep. Wait, where's the bomb? Oh, it's up here. Boom. No, I promise, it's not hacks. I would not be speedrunning if I was using hacks. I would, like, I'm not one of those, I'm not that kind of person who cheats like that. Oh my goodness, I'm dying. And I pretty much have to kill all these dudes as well. Come on, where is their health? I need health! Ah! There's health somewhere here. Yes, there's health over there. Okay, I'm gonna get the health, and then everything will be alright. I almost died. I've never almost died there. No, I'm not hacking. I promise! I'm not hacking! This is a meme! Yeah, they're just memeing about how I'm hacking when, you know, I'm not a scumbag speedrunner like that. That's just a weakness with me, like, when people say stuff like that, like, it's quite annoying for me, because, you know, I'm not... Because stuff like that is just odd for me, like, I just don't like being either insulted or being accused by things that aren't true. That's just a weakness with me, though. That's just one of my many weaknesses as a person. I don't even have controls over the view. I don't even have control over the view, so that's not me hacking. Okay. And that's the end of that level. And now we only have one level left. Save the world. And Save the World is a pretty interesting level. It's another Omnidroid, but it's different to the other for Omnidroids. Wow, this commentary really great. I'm just so bad at talking, so it's amazing how I'm keeping this commentary up. So here's the final level, Save the World. This first section we just gotta lift up his leg, and that somehow hurts him. What did I do while the cutscene activated? There's a little strat you can do in this fight. Basically, if you stand really far away from him, he won't throw his legs out, he'll just shoot you immediately. Which is pretty neat. That was found by a guy who isn't properly in our community. I'm trying to remember his name, but I can't exactly remember who he is. He's a little kid who likes making Minecraft on Twitch videos. Mostly. Samuel L. Jackson did not find that. But there he is! There is good old Frozone with his super suit on. No, Armin did not find it. Even if you gave him $1 million, he would not play this game. And Armin's just a guy that me and Yezanis know. Wow, this boss is actually going smoothly. I could have thrown the rock there, but I didn't. Right, final section. Time's coming right up. And right there I was intentionally getting hit by him so that he didn't throw his legs out, because he'd normally do it 4 times, but he only does it once if you go underneath him while he's doing the attack. But here's the final moment, and I'm going to use pause buffering to make this a little bit easier. And time comes up right now. Time! Okay, that's the run done. Whew. So that run was pretty bad, but you know, it was quite fun. And there's one more skip in this run, which you do by unplugging the controller. And it basically lets you do that. Normally you have to watch the credits, but by unplugging the controller you can skip them. So that's a neat little skip. But yeah, that is the run done. 1:14:15. Way worse than my USA run, I just barely underestimate. Nice. I mean, the run was pretty terrible, but I didn't practice it too much. And some things went pretty well, I will admit, so... I mean, it could have gone worse, most definitely. And I've had worse runs than this before. So this was definitely something. No Spidey. This is not second. Second is 109. So yeah, that is the run done. So thank you guys for all watching, and thank you for letting me play this. I mean, I wasn't focusing on this game too much, but it was fun doing this run. And I hope you guys are successful with your Save the Children funding. And yeah, bye guys, hope you had fun watching.